What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Josh Helm here, Texas Best Construction. Doing some construction things, not always the best things, sometimes the best things. Today we're doing the best that we can. How about that? It's a nice, cool, let's see, end of July type of weather. We're over here starting a project. This is our Waxahachie shell only build. And I've been laying out stakes this morning, and we've already had several loads of select fill come in. And here's what I got. Basically, I got a lower elevation here on this side. There was an existing structure here, like a manufactured home, and they pulled that off spot. But our shell only project's going right here in place of where that was. There were some trees they had to take out, some other things. A couple things to keep in mind when we're doing a project like this. It is a shell only. We won't be doing a turnkey, but even with shell only builds, they get all of the same emphasis that we do for a turnkey, all the way up to a stopping point. So we did a soil test here, did not have very good soil, so I believe they are going to be doing some soil stabilization for chemical injections on this. When you're talking about the geotechnical report and why it's important, it's because when we do a geotechnical report, it will tell us everything that we're going to need here to have stable soil. Someone might want to choose piers. Sometimes somebody might want to remove all the existing and kind of go for a compaction. Or in this case, we're going to do soil stabilization with chemical injections, meaning we will be applying dowels that go into the ground, and they will basically take water and chemicals and penetrate into the ground down, I believe, like up to 10 foot, and they will keep injecting these chemicals with the transferring conveyor of water until there is a refusal for the water, and then the water will dissipate, the chemicals stay in place, and it creates a hardened shell for a really compacted soil. And that's what the chemical injections are going to do here. But meanwhile, I got here because the time that Brandon came with the client and they staked it off, they didn't really have all the stakes in place, so I had to finish that up this morning. And you can see it goes, well, you might not be able to see, but it goes all the way to a big stake over there, all the way right here, which this is just about in the roadway right here. They got an entrance that comes up. They may have to shift their entrance a little bit closer to the fence line, but our border of building is going to come all the way to this side. There'll be a porch on the back. I think it goes about another 15 foot out. Some really nice shade trees up in the front. I think this is going to make a great setup for a barndominium. They already have water here. That's one of the conveniences when you buy a property that's already got all of these things. Like I said, the client's been living here for a long time already, but I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of this as we're building this pad. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get it going. So this stake right here, you can see I put this here as a marker to show me how far out this additional porch area is going to go. All of this area is pretty low, so as I extend the dirt work out, we'll just maintain with this level. And you can see some of this piles of dirt that are there are kind of in my way, so I'll probably just push those further out of the way as we continue, and we'll worry about dressing up the sides once we get everything in place. But right now I'm going to set up the laser level and try to get a mark on where we're going to finish at with this, because you can see this is higher over here than it was over there. So I'm going to check that out right now. Might have to move for this guy. Yeah, I was thinking you can come around and stay on this side.
See this side up?
Yeah, I'll have to move.
Yeah, yes. We might can do that. We probably should get that done.
Yeah, let me move my stuff out of the way.
Okay.
Well, this should be interesting. This is officially what you call getting the cart before the horse. I got to move my skid steer out of the way, get this guy in here, and we will be ready. Well, I started cleaning a little bit of this up, mainly some of these piles that were in the way, pushed them over to the back. And here's what we've learned so far is not a whole lot. I've steadily got this dirt coming. I'm gonna set up the laser. I'm about to mark my pad height. Normally, like I said, we would like to have already had this done, but I was a little bit behind schedule this morning because when I got here, I had to set up stakes instead of marking it off. So I'm behind and they kept bringing dirt, playing catch up a little bit. Okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I kind of suspected that I already was getting close to this elevation on these sides, or at least the four corners. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add a little more elevation to this side, which is gonna take it up over there. We'll have to continue that elevation all the way across. So I'm going to measure that out, tie some markers on these posts so I know what I'm building up to. In the middle, I've probably already got the elevation that I need because it's a little higher. And it's not gonna take a whole lot more dirt for us to finish either because I've already got half of the dirt here. Yeah, that's the game plan. That's what we're about to do. Okay. I'm gonna measure up. Now I'm gonna set my laser to that mark. Come over here, set it over here. It's just a process. Setting up the laser. I just realized I got my laser upside down, so I wonder why I had to move it so much. It works upside down too, folks. There we go. That's funny. Works that way, you just got to remember you turned it that way. Okay, let's go to the other side. I can't be the only person that's ever turned their laser upside down. This will be the upside down house. Womp womp. So this is the side where I got more elevation. Here we go. So you can see I got a pretty good little build up on this side. That's where a lot of the height is on this lower side. There you go. I got these four corners. This is the main living areas. I do have a porch that extends another 15 foot off the back, which I will worry about that here in just a minute. It is going to be quite a bit of dirt that I need back here, but I'll stake that off here in just a second. And right on time because now I got another load of dirt coming. All right guys, I got work to do. See you in a bit. here's how it's going. Actually had the missus bring me some string line out here because this project's in Waxahachie. It's pretty close. And I have been steadily working on the pad. My battery did die on my camera here. I've got a little more there that he's about to dump here, and I'll finish kind of adding to this. But for the most part, I'm getting pretty close. This back section for that 15 foot for the porch, that's really all I got left to fill. Yeah, you can kind of see how this is coming. I did add a lot of fill back here across the back side. Come over here and show you a little bit about the elevation, what I've got. You can see the fill that I put here. He's got this section flagged off, so I didn't want to cover that up. I think he's got something there, and I don't know if it's a septic system or what, but this just shows you how much we built up on that side. We've got enough dirt here to fill in, which we might end up doing later. So yeah, been making pretty good progress here on getting this done. I think I got 2 more loads to come after this one, and this is going to be more than enough for me to be finished with this pad today. There you go. He didn't quite get it done. See how much that stuff's setting in. It's packing really well, but it's pretty soft. There it goes. You got it, buddy. All right, I'm gonna set up time lapse, and I'll show you guys a little bit more what I'm gonna do here on this back side. Okay, well, I'm not sure what all I got it on video because the battery was dead when I picked this camera back up. But here we are. This is our finished pad. This is, like I said, a project we're doing in Waxahachie, Texas, shell only. We would normally be ready to set forms and all that after this, but because of the soil here, we're actually doing the soil injection, so that'll be the next thing up. You can kind of see how it turned out. This is just a kind of a big pile of dirt. Leveled it off as good as I could. This select is a little bit wet, so it's a little mushy, which meant every little thing I did to it just kind of cuts into it. So the best I could do is kind of track this in when I was done. And you can see our build up here. You can't really probably tell much on the elevation, but I did add quite a bit of fill on this side. There is more fill, so we will be looking at using that later down the road. I'm not going to do it right now because there is a little ways to go here. So, well guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Mainly just showing you a little bit of the process here on building a Texas best barndominium in Waxahachie, Texas. This one close to home. That's what I like about it. It's only 3:30, so I'll make it back to the office, get something else done. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Josh Helm, wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching Texas Best.